Chance.
Ooh.
He has two big brothers that go here.
Hi, cowboy. How you doing?
He's a cowboy dude, right? That's what you call yourself, cowboy dude. Can you sing a song? Can you sing I Was Born in Montana?
No, I can't.
Oh, I've heard you. It's so good when you sing that song. Zip and Zap. And the Zip holds kindergarten through 4th, and then the big 2-story building holds 5th through 8th grade, and that's where a lot of our art classes are too.
Uh-huh. Do you know anything about the history of this old house?
There's many generations of families that lived here, and there's one family, and a lot of the older folk, the kids that grew up here are now in their 60s, and every once in a while someone will come, one of the siblings will come by and tell us old stories about throwing pillows out the 2nd-story window and how they had to get it and so forth. But originally I think it belonged to a governor of Montana. It was built in the late or the very early 1900s.
Yeah, it looks like a substantial, sturdy old building. It, looks like a good indication of the longevity of Sussex too. When did Sussex move out here? Do you recall?
I think it was about 1980.
What was the big drive? Increased enrollment or one?
Well, it was getting increased, and this just seemed like the perfect spot with the grounds and the playground. You know, we have so many grounds around us. It's on a couple acres, and yeah, just increasing a little bit of the enrollment, although we were holding it at 72.
I see. And you're K through 12 if we want to use the...
No, K through 8th.
K through 8th.
And then they go off to public high school.
Okay.
Usually.
The Sussex parent, of course, I'm biased about Sussex, but this kind of thing really makes me proud of what the school does in terms of teaching citizenship. You can see that as the kids, first of all, raise the money for this in order to go on their field trips and then actually get out and do the work, that they're learning a tremendous amount about the community. They're learning a lot about responsibility in various kinds of ways. They're being responsible for raising their own money, but then as they pick up all this trash, I think that it teaches them to be more responsible about living in Missoula. I doubt very much if these kids are going to throw out very much trash after they've spent 6 hours picking up other people's. One of the things that we were a little concerned about is that McDonald's came in with a plan to sponsor the same kind of thing on a citywide basis. And I was pretty concerned about that because it's an opportunity for them to get some good publicity without really doing anything to clean up their own act.
We got a donation from the baker here.
The Sussex School Ecothon. Corinne, do you know why we're doing this Ecothon?
Yeah, to clean up around town.
Clean up around town? Yeah. Who's doing it? Who? Skylar, what do you? Is somebody paying you to do this?
Yes.
Who is?
Citizens. Anybody.
What they ask is a pledge per hour, and
Okay.
since it's a 6-hour stint, why don't you tell me how much you want to do per hour?
I'll do at least 50 cents.
50 cents.
Or how much? What's the going
6
rate?
hours. A dollar.
Can you say something nice about let's see, what is the Ecothon good for? Can you say
earth.
the Ecothon is good for the earth and good for Sussex School? Can you say that? Mike, you come and say it too. You guys be the plug. Say, the Ecothon is good for the earth and good for Sussex School. You do it.
The Ecothon is good for the earth and good for Sussex School.
For Sussex
The
School?
Ecothon is where you we do pledges for our field trip. And we go all around our school. We have groups, and you see, and we go all over Missoula and clean up garbage, and we get assigned and we're supposed to get a certain amount of trash. And so,
Is there enough garbage to go around?
yeah.
Hi, Elizabeth.
My first one.
Ooh.
What all you've been finding? Tell him.
Little things.
Like what? Cigarette butts and stuff?
You want to be visible.
You're doing great work.
You don't want anyone to
They're embarrassed. They're teenagers.
Oh, good. I like that.
Something where the Sussex kids go around and pick up trash in different neighborhoods.
Are you finding lots of garbage?
Yeah, we've already gotten a bag full,
Mm.
and we're getting more.
How come people leave all this garbage around, you know?
They think, oh, nobody will notice it. I'll just.
My goodness. Well, you're setting a great example. You know what that means? What does that mean, set a good
What's it?
example?
What does it mean, set a good example?
It means that maybe if the Sussex school doesn't, some other school, some other people.
Some other
Good.
people will do it? Yeah. Kind of figure out why people do it in the first place, maybe. Ask the city of Missoula, why is there all this trash here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Austin. This is Paul. I'm Paul. I'm Paul.
Great.
Austin Robert.
So, what do you think about all this Missoula garbage?
Oh, well. I don't like doing what we're doing. I like doing what we're doing, but
You wish it was different?
I wish it wasn't here. Yeah, I wish it wasn't here. We're just taking it around.
What kinds of garbage are you finding? What are you finding?
We're finding like, look, we found a thing to store water and stuff, and
Oh.
like he found a bucket and I found a bucket and
Found any dinosaur bones or anything?
no. Last year
Fossils?
I found a deer head last year. It's in my room right now.
Boy, that's a pretty steep hill here.
See, we're from Sussex School and we're doing this thing called the Ecothon,
And the ecothon is,
where we go around Missoula and just pick up garbage in and around Missoula.
well, so you do it for money? You get paid?
Yeah,
or what?
we ask for pledges, and people pay us
Hourly pledges.
hourly pledges. So, and we work 6 hours. So if you pledged $1, it'd come out as $6. Like and we in our class had to every person had to raise $85. And each class has to raise a different amount. At their age group. Yeah. We're doing it we're raising money for like our school and
You're raising money for what?
the school and school spring field trips, and like we also have a band. We have to pay for that.
The kids learn a lot about personal lifestyle when they do this. I think that there's a lot of information, scientific information on the environment and what's going on, a lot of information about recycling, but I don't think people transfer it to their lifestyle. I think it's really important that get some things in the schools that tell them about the environment and then transfer it to what it means in your life directly into how you live. And I think that's what happens with these kids. They're very aware of not littering by the time they get done with this each year. So it's great. And it's something that helps the community. It helps the environment. It helps the community. Sussex is real committed to the environment, and they wanted to come up with a fundraiser that would help people.
This is our 5th ecothon.
Fifth one?
Yeah.
Fifth ecothon. So I'd like to make this much money for the groups I work with. I'll tell you that.
Built 600 bags.
It's good. Well, it represents, all that money represents a lot of hard work, doesn't it?
Yeah. Everybody has to work 6 hours.
Well, this may seem like a real dumb question, but What if there was no garbage? Then what would you do?
We wouldn't have this fundraiser for. We would probably have a different fundraiser. We'd do something else.
They raised $9,000 this year. It's incredible.
I would rather not throw garbage around.
We have an antique tin beer can here. You notice how it was open?
I know.
With the old church key. So this has been here for a while. They missed it the past couple of years, apparently.
I asked these kids if they ever run into fossils or dinosaur bones.
Ah.
They said no.
No.
Although, named Jess, is that his name?
Which one?
Said he found a deer head last year.
Paul and Austin? Yeah.
Austin. He said he found a deer head.
They found deer head. They also, one year, found an old washing machine.
Oh my goodness.
And they hauled that, they really did, they hauled it out of a gully up in Patty Canyon, so.
It took more than one person, right?
Oh yeah, they got a bunch of guys. They found it and then they went and enlisted some help and hauled it out, so.
Great.
I've been driving by it for years, but I'm glad they got it out of there.
Wonderful. So how is it? Was it a lot of work?
Cigarette butts all over the city.
Yeah.
A
Wow.
lot of work. Cigarette butts, pop cans, broken beer bottles. Here!
Well, you're over by the university now, so you've been all over town.
We have been all over town.
By Bilo Foods and all those stores.
Oh, my goodness. You look tired.
We are tired, aren't we?
So I'll bet every dollar you've worked for, you worked hard for, right?
What do you think, Mike? Have we worked hard? Huh? Tell him into the camera.
We were Hey, Skylar found Hardy's hat.
It's hard. Tell him
I'm
how
tired.
hard.
How hard?
It's hard being a good citizen, huh?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
very hard.
Kyle, you tell him.
It's hard, but it's fun.
Yeah,
In the
it's quite
beginning,
fun.
it's fun,
In the
but
beginning,
after
it's
a while, it gets sort of tiring. I found a golf ball and 12 cents so far.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I also found a bed.
Yeah, a big mattress.
Dude, where'd you find something like that?
Up out in a
Big field.
a field. Up where was it?
Across from Bilo.
Across from Bilo Foods in a open lot.
That's a funny place for somebody to sleep.
And I think somebody was using it for sled down a hill. There's
Yeah,
lots of
probably.
cardboard too.
What are those things on your legs? They're
There are things to let people know. Well, the things so
For people to see.
us. They wanted us to wear them so people could see us.
so.
Our lost and found.
So is this an annual event too, to have a lost and found?
This is first annual.
No, we lay it out. So this is just, we always lay it out on the lawn. Sometimes after we lay it out, we auction it off to the other kids if there's anything they want.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a winter's worth that's been inside. Now we can lay it out.
Tulip, let's just stay here.
Thank God. Don't they look like the wicked witch of the...
Those look like they belong in the play area. Yeah, let's see, they have ice cream.
There should be enough, but I want to make sure I got enough for the kids. Someone else got it. I think we got enough.
There's a lot of boxes.
Do I know her?
So how do you guys feel? Was that a good day?
Think you accomplished a
Sort
lot?
of.
Sort of.
What do you think? I think our neighborhood looks better around the school?
Yes.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
That was a front load dryer, that big piece of metal. That's what it looked like. dryer or washer or something.
Remember when we walked along this road right here by school? When they walked to the bus or back?
Yeah.
Do you think we'll do it again?
Yes.
You think you guys will tell them that not to because you had to pick it all up?
Yeah.
Don't let anybody throw garbage there. If you see them, you tell them. Oh, good idea. You like to keep your town clean.
I'll tell him to pick it up.
Yeah,
What
see,
else-
you can
what-
tell them with authority.
Yeah. What did you find? What did you find lots of when we were picking up garbage? What kinds of garbage did we find?
Plastic.
Lots of plastic. Lots of plastic straws.
Paper.
Lots of paper.
And lots of that little
Styrofoam
bag.
stuff.
Wiggly bags.
Yeah, lots of styrofoam, little beads.
Plastic bag.
Plastic bags. Styrofoam. Bottle caps. Not too many.
Bottle.
What about cigarette butts?
In your ass.
Cigarette.
Cigarettes. Lots of packages of empty cigarettes too. I found.
Taking these library books into
Love her because
the cupboard because I need to sort through them.
Where the other ones are?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone else brought a bunch. I said, put them there. We'll get them back to the right places. I just.
Yeah. That, you might as well start there.
Oh, I know my boys.
Just a school.
Plenty is sleeping.
Community effort.
It's parents and kids. I mean, is there more of that at Sussex? Or?
That's what it is. It's a parent cooperative school. And that's what makes Sussex what it is that the parents are as much as the schools, the students, and the teachers. Sussex parents.
Right.
It's required.
It's required, it's one thing, but it's enjoyable too. It's certainly rewarding, but we all are required to put in so many hours per quarter.
It's like a contract you have with the school.
Part of getting our kids into it, I guess. You gotta work so much in order to kind of like this. Since we got pay tuition, it keeps the tuition down. We do so many hours.
The participatory hierarchy. Everybody has a job to do,
That's
and the kids see that. The kids see that you're interested and you're participating, and parents share a lot of their skills at school. Teach a course in science or basket making or whatever their skill area is, and the kids see that and just go, here, you really care what we're doing here, and you're really involved, and
Yeah. We don't
not only
help.
that, but a little of their education rubs off on us. We like that.
We're not only helping
Like
with the
relearning
ecothon,
how to learn. It's
We're
great.
also in the classroom
Uh-huh.
doing helping with the teachers and helping to keep the kids busy and educated.
Are you familiar with the term civil disobedience?
Yes.
Do you-
Very familiar at this point.
What about skateboarding rights? I think they're, skateboarding is I know you're out to have fun, but,
Well, yeah. Well,
why do skateboarders have to justify having fun?
I don't think it's a matter as much of justifying fun as justifying skating on someone else's property. But,
This is public property. Aren't you a citizen?
yeah, a tax-paying citizen, but
Okay.
even so, they do have to deal with insurance liability. I can understand where they're coming from, but it's worth it for me to skateboard here.
They have probably 20,000 people here every day. every board has its own character, right? Nice t-shirt.
Yeah.
We're doing lip slides to grinds, rail slides, shove-its, 360 ollie flips, Smith grinds, nose grinds over there. Let's see, half cab shove-its, nose bump, 360 shove-its, 360 shove-its. Like, last time I saw some dinosaur thing, and he said he saw a movie of like Cooksey skateboarding, but that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be way cool.
What's it going to take for Missoula to be a good skate city?
Well, we're going to need a park, a big park with many obstacles, and a lot of people to back up that idea, a lot of people to let the city do that, for those people that don't like skaters.
What's the difference between street skating and, I mean, if you have a park?
Okay, well, street skating is where you have obstacles on the street and you do lots of ground tricks on the street. Like, for instance, benches, curves, garbage cans here. And then ramp skating's where you have what's known as a quarter pipe or half pipe, or which varies. And you do tricks on vertical ramps like that. And there's a difference between them, but overall it's still skateboarding. You have pools, which is kind of like ramp but oval shaped, and I prefer, if they got a park in this town that had ramps and street and all that and stuff, I would think that some skaters would go to it, of course, but there would still be skaters on the street, because I mean, you just can't get rid of street skating once you have a park. But I mean, that with the park, there would be some people going to it.
Seems like with skating, people are trying to make skateboarders justify having fun.
Skateboarding is just it's a really difficult sport, and a lot of people see it as just riding on a board and it's flying all over the place and shooting out from under them and stuff. But if you just look real good and watch the skaters, you see all the various tricks that they're trying to pull up their board on obstacles. Varial kick flips, 360 varials, backside 180 ollie norse, varial grabs, backside tail slides, just stuff like that.
Any local trick, any been invented in Missoula?
There's probably been a lot of tricks invented in Missoula, but those tricks probably been invented by lots of other people in different cities, so I couldn't just name any tricks. I mean, you make up a trick all the time, and the trick consists of like 2 tricks combined, or 3 tricks or something like that, and just everywhere everybody thinks of it one time or another.
What's it going to take to get some Missoula people to reach in their deep pockets and their money pockets and back skateboarding?
Gee, I don't know. Have a big meeting, I guess, but we've already done that and nothing's happened yet. I really don't know about that.
Somebody said that the main reason it's hard to get skateboarders to come to these meetings is because they'd rather be out skating rather than going to meetings. Does that make sense to you? Or?
I'd rather be going to skating to a meeting any day, but if the meeting was going to do something for the city, like build a park, I would attend it, but since the last meeting never worked, nothing's happened yet, so why shouldn't we go? unless something's going to be done. I need my friends here to get me going. When I get together with my friends, like for instance Jamie Steinberg and Jason Cowley, and those are some of the guys I really skate with the most, Eric Lodall. And when we get together, we go, no, yeah, that's great, and then we all get ourselves all pumped up, and then we're just pulling everything. And so I had to have my friends with me to keep me going. Well, all I've heard about that is from my friend that this summer Board of Missoula is going to be sponsoring some kind of contest, and I think it was supposed to be some people from Santa Cruz company, I think Eric Dresden, who is a pro skater, and some other guys, I can't remember who it was. And Board of Missoula is trying to get the city to hold it down at Paris Park, which is one of the places where we're not supposed to be skating at because those bricks and the handrails and things like that. But many skaters still go there, and they're gonna try. The Board of Missoula is gonna try to hold it there for this summer. That's all I've heard. I don't even know what's going on with that. Just a rumor. But I think that would be a real good idea because it might get the city to view skating a little different since we got pro skaters in the town. Well, and the thing that worries me about it is, or not worries me, but people view, there's a lot of people that just start out and they're just, their board's going over the place, and you gotta start somehow and you gotta just get used to it. And the thing that kind of bothers me is people see that and they don't see the part where the other, like the people that are a little better, who are pulling the better tricks, and they don't see that part. So, this is my H Street. Saw Barbie Pro, got it 2 days ago. This is my new Thunder truck, ultralight V8 or V6. Pal Street Styles, I got a GNS truck on the front there, which is pretty hashed. I could put some wax on it because it doesn't even grind anymore. Pal bearings, grip tape, bridge bolts. That's a board.
You suck, dude.
Well, we told them not to order any stuff.
You think they listen?
What's the difference?
This is a pretty nice shop.
It's a really nice shop.
What do you like, bigger?
So,
a lot of people come in.
Right. So what's the future of skateboarding in Missoula?
Oh god. Hopefully it'll get better. A lot of people who use skateboard, snowboard now.
Yeah.
So.
Chris, how much did you put down on it?
What?
When are you gonna pay it off?
Future skateboarding. I don't know. I think it's gonna die out probably. I know my truth. Because back in the early 80s, it died out, and nobody heard of it until like 1985, and then it reached its peak right now. It's at its peak, and we're just waiting for the decline. I think my personal belief is.
So,
but a lot of kids are into it. We're trying to put together this contest, and it's a long, difficult thing for insurance and everything. But the Board of Missoula is pretty good about things, and we're gonna try to get this stuff together.
wow, this looks like a new board.
Like in June. It'll be pretty big, I hope.
Just put it on a nice long board.
It's like your alternative cash register or something?
Yeah. No, this isn't cash register. I gotta get the blank.
What do you guys? You guys still have good tape going? No. See, I knew that. I knew you guys had shitty tape. What about this stuff?
That's mine.
Hey, you can't do that.
Yes, it is.
Don't you have normal grip tape anymore?
No, the fly paper's coming in later on this week.
Gosh, I was gonna pay the rest of it off Monday, but I guess I'll just wait until you guys got it.
You need a new board, anyways.
Yeah, I need your wheel.
What's your phone number?
721-4847. 721-LOVES.
You have instant credit for skateboarders?
721 hugs.
Instant credit?
Yeah.
Hugs.
It's like a jewelry store,
Yeah. You got a whole stack of labels back here.
Oh, great.
What all boards do you have on layaway stuff?
Boy, you have Tom Sims'
Yeah.
number?
We got Thebos, we got 2
Oh,
Thebos.
he's just ready to put your layaways now.
We got Brian Lottie.
Sims' What's his name? Was it Tom Sims? That guy's name is Tom Sims.
Okay, Ian, what's your... Yeah, exactly.
Skateboard jocks, that's kind of it's kind of antithetical, isn't it? Is there really such a thing?
If they see that, they'll kill me.
Really? Okay, I won't repeat it then.
Santa Cruz is good, right? But I wish they'd do something for the coffin concave, man. I mean, okay, check out their board. Santa Cruz is really big, right? But they got this, like, builds up like this. I mean, usually people have a mellow concave, but I suppose if you're really into deep concave, you know, it's hip. Gets a lot.
No pictures allowed, pal.
Right. What's doing there?
I'm very uncomfortable like that.
Oh, you are? I'm sorry. This is real spontaneous. Do you know where the Sussex school kids are? I'm looking for the Sussex school kid.
The one with the garbage?
Yeah.
He just left.
They did?
They left all their cardboard and everything here.
Oh, so they're gone, huh? Oh, is that Prince up there? Wow. That's pretty good. Oh. Have Prince help you.
Bathe.
Bathe. Bathe.
autographs.
Oh shit. Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna paint. I suppose they'll paint that over.
Oh, of course. A delicatessen. Turning yuppie.
I think the
somewhere. This was six. This little stage right here. This little row was six on top of this mobile.
Oh, should we cut this thing off?
Oh, I just had some coffee and candy for lunch. That's about my diet. I'm on a high sugar caffeine diet these days. Trying to lose a little. I'm on a high caffeine sugar diet. Kind of trying to lose a little weight. Coffee, Coke, and beer.
So, don't say anything.
I want my Ralph and Jerry shirt.
Well, you can say whatever you want, but... Okay, what's the three basic parts of your diet now? What is it?
My liquid diet, yes. Coffee, which represents the caffeine. Coke, which represents, well, it kind of spills over into a couple of categories like sugar and caffeine. You know, you gotta have some sugar, and then, you know, to wind down in the evenings and to get some complex carbohydrates in the form of alcohol, I generally choose to drink beer. Now, the only solid food that can enter into my diet is candy bars. So I'm trying to lose a little weight, trying to maybe lose a little sanity, I don't know. Like, you know, like those orange circus peanuts, those are my favorite thing to buy at Ralph and Jerry's. Like, that's why I came to Montana, is to get out of the Midwest, you know, this heat, humidity business. And look what it's doing. It's being hot and humid. It's like, where can I go now? So this time, I decided, since they're sending me all this junk mail because I'm in graduate school, I was gonna try it. And I got it. I got it, man.
Graduate school?
Graduate school. I'm a graduate student, soon to be ex-graduate student. Soon to be out there in the mean world, which means I gotta pay for storage space, you know. So I'm really happy about this recent trend of you store it places, you know, where they have like, they set up a couple of sheetrock storehouses, like these big rows of garages you see out on the interstate. You ever notice those? That's probably where I'm gonna try and see if I can live in one of those. As long as I can have a TV, that's all that's all that matters. Cleaning these cans, you know, like these toxic waste barrels and stuff, and they make them all really cool colors because they're poisonous. Money, that's important.
What about the American way of life? Or austerity, or...
The American way of life, well, that kind of overlaps with my credit card deal.
Or how do you feel about cults? Do you have anything to say about cults?
Cults?
Yeah.
Like Cult of Personality or something?
Well...
I think that's a really good song, by the way. I kind of like those guys. Cults, like the Moonies? Or what about the maggots?
What about the Episcopalians? Or, you know, what about the mainline cults?
Some of my best friends have been Episcopalians, you know? But, I mean, they're okay. They're great. Some of my best friends are Episcopalians. But on a whole, well, I've never seen really any good architecture. Do they make good architecture? Is there any good architecture? I mean, that's the only thing that can absolve a religion, is if they make good architecture.
Is it true? These things right here, it's like, it's in the middle of nowhere, right? It's kind of like there, you know?
Am I supposed to be like peaceful now or something?
Well, you could be, but it's a parking lot, remember? You realize we're standing next to a Buddha rock? That's what I call them. These things right here?
Really hard. I guess if you start getting too worried about what you deserve, then you get bitter because you'll never get it. So I'm not going to worry about what I deserve. I'm just going to try to get what I can get, I think. Why don't you film some of the sludge in the parking lot? That's pretty good.
Sludge?
Look at that shit. Look at it. It's gross. Next to the hourly pay thing, you know, like it's all the oil that's dripped out of people's cars and stuff.
People's wallets?
Yeah. The life of a parking lot. Look, you have a little doggy print, right? So there's a dog here. Somebody was smoking a cigarette, and was a slob and kind of just dumped it there. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say it's slob. I don't mean that to be derogatory. Actually, I wouldn't have anything to look at if they didn't do that, right?
You know, it's good to have this big hedge to conceal it.
See, yeah, and I don't know how much. I've never bought a hedge, but I think they could probably cost a lot. I mean, if you go to the nursery or something. The thing is that in order to do a performance, there's got to be some elements that you've worked out, that you've prepared, and I have no inclination that way. I'm not really sure that I want to do any contrived. I can practice my Stella. Robert Yarber talks about art. You know, he'll do the chop. Okay, that's one, chop. Then there's the circular thing. Art historians like you can either do it one-handed or two-handed. You know, they got the outward circular movement, and then you got the inward one. You know, it's like, and we're thinking of doing a whole show. Yeah, you got this too. You know, we're thinking of doing a whole show about different kinds of movements. You know, like an aerobics thing. Okay, chop, clutch, kind of slouch. It's not good. I'll be an object. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm good enough to be an artist as object. I'd like to enter that phase real soon. Like people give me money. I don't know, drive-in or something to make money off those. They could just give me a sheet of those hundreds. I mean, nobody would ever miss it. It's just paper, right? And so they could just give me that, you know. It wouldn't hurt them just to run the press one more time. You know? Right to be born with money. See, that's what I mean. I had to say before I got born. I think that I would have signed a contract just to make sure that there's X amount of money, you know, at regular intervals throughout my life. Before I would have signed a contract to get born, you know.
Sign on for X amounts of sheets of dollar bills.
That's right, $100 bills,
Every
inflation. Yeah, when I was first born, way back in, what was it, 100 years ago. What's the largest kind of bill they make?
$10,000 bill.
They make a $10,000. Okay, a sheet of $10,000 bills. See, I'm going up in price. Go see. Who here understands inflation? I don't. Could you explain it to me? I mean, how can Brazil have 100% inflation? You know?
Are you prepared for all these taxi cab drivers to come and see your work?
What taxi cab? They're gonna come see my work? I had somebody in here last night who said, how am I supposed to look at this?
Was that right? He asked you that to your face?
Well, yeah, because he didn't know a whole lot about art, and standing in front of one of these things, you might not really be able to know what you like, or or know what it is, or you know what I mean.
Did you draw on these?
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know, sure.
I mean, but that could be done in this. Two minutes accountant. Good job, Tim.
We're here. We're here,
okay.
at last. Free at last.
Thank God Almighty.
Some people in Wisconsin that dairy.
Dairy.
Yeah, we were there one day, and you stick the.
Was writing something to the president, I believe, about some issue. I wish I could be more specific, but I can't be. But there was a line in there that said, what happens to the animals will happen to man, and so and there's always been a lot of that kind of stuff through history too, where for example, where they bring the canary into the mines, and if the coal mines, and if the canary died, it meant that it wasn't safe for people to be in there, so it's kind of this using animals as a guinea pig So if there are all these dead pigs and all these dead fish, then what does that mean about the environment we're living in too? So, but I don't know. That's I'm taking that pretty far. That's not necessarily going to come out in these paintings.
Yeah. Hi. Bowed a little bit too, I'm sure. How long, baby? Some guy off the street fair. It's cool. I liked it. Melonhead strikes again. Yeah. I'd be smoking in front of this. What if my wife sees this?
She won't. We'll put it on after you guys leave.
I said, damn.
Your wife's got to know that you smoke by now. I mean, you come home.
She knows. I smell like it.
See, well, I didn't get an MFA for nothing.
You know, many people, they ask me, they say, Dr. Ruth, I'm having problems with my answering machine.
So Sean is going to be interviewing people later on. Good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good hair, good hair. Green.
Just a little bit.
What is that green stuff? Do you work in a petrochemical plant or something?
No, it's just like what comes out if you eat a lot of chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll?
Yeah.
It's not any of that. What do they call it? Spirulina? Spirulina overdose?
It might be. I never had really known about it until now.
Oh, well. This is quite a. Is this Jaws, you know?
Very lovely backyard, but you need some patio furniture.
This is good Missoula. This is good Missoula backyard stuff.
Did you hear that? Oh, this is sure stirring up some ghosts for me. She said there's one thing you gotta learn.
See, Barry Goldwater ran for president. Oh, wait a minute, wrong decade.
Sibling might. This has been happening a lot over here in this area.
What?
Maybe talk about 1947. That one guy with the green hair?
Yeah.
It is. Here it is. Skycam.
What's this I hear about Planet Libido?
Oh yeah, that is a Missoula Community Access show that Sean Dwyer is going to do. It's going to be kind of a sexuality show. Each week he'll have different guests invited into a bathtub, which will probably be filled with bubble bath.
Oh.
And they will discuss various topics of modern human sexuality.
I'm so thrilled.
There is just no percentage in remembering the past. It's time you learn to live again and love and laugh. Come with me, leave your yesterday behind, and take a giant step outside your mind. You stare at me with disbelief. You say for you there's no relief, but girl, I swear it won't do you no harm. Don't sit there in your lonely room, just looking back inside that gloom. Mama, that's not where you belong. Come with me, I'll take you where the taste of a life is green. And every day, all I wanna just have to be seen. Let me leave your yesterday behind, and take a giant step outside your mind.
So do you have a VCR? Can we watch the movie over here?
Country, big. It's big. That's a big sky for a big sky. This is the biggest sky I've ever seen in this country. This is probably the biggest big countries there is, with the big sky. I would say this big sky country is probably the biggest country that this sky has ever known. Big, real big.
And under the big sky is
the van. It's time for the van. That's a lot of sky. It's blue. It's kind of gray. A lot of sky. It's pretty big. A lot of country, a lot of sky. A lot of sky.
Yeah. Big sky. It's real big.
Yeah. You know, a sky this big over country like this, you'd think that this country with this big sky could just be big all by itself.
Big. We got a lot of sky around here.
What even, you know,
is the van coming?
Oh, they're like big. This is big sky, you know? Big sky. This country is really big. This is big sky, you know? Big sky. This country is really big. I would say this big sky country is probably the biggest country that this sky has ever known.
Big,
real big.
And under the big sky is
the van. It's time for the van. That's a lot of sky. It's blue. It's kind of gray. A lot of sky. It's pretty big. A lot of country, a lot of sky. A lot of sky.
Yeah. Big sky. It's real big.
Yeah. You know, a sky this big over country like this, you'd think that this country with its big sky could just be big all by itself.
Big. We got a lot of sky around here.
What even, you know,
is the van coming?
Oh, they're like big. This is big sky, you know? Big sky. This country is really big.